So I made a video last year talking about how Sami Zayn is the John Cena of the mid-card. And looking back at that video, that aged pretty well. When it comes down to Sami Zayn's booking, him winning a mid-card title once again, beating a dominant, Solo Sikoa, who his character is supposed to be dominating. He's supposed to, beat his opponent's ass in the ring. He's supposed to just be mollywopping everybody. I mean, Solo Sikoa at one point was undefeated. So Sami Zayn is supposed to be an underdog. Why did he not take that L to Solo Sikoa in that U.S. title match? If we're supposed to tell the story with Sami Zayn being the underdog, why is he always winning matches? Shouldn't he be losing to create more of a, of an underdog story of someone trying to fight their way to the very top? Someone that had a hard climb, a hard journey? Like, that's not very indicative of that based off Sami Zayn's booking. And it's all starting to come full circle now. He's beaten Gunther, Karrion Kross, and now Solo Sikoa. And it's only a matter of time until he beats Drew McIntyre, because he got to get that one over Drew McIntyre before he eventually wins the World Championship. Now, do I think he's going to win the Royal Rumble and challenge Cody Rhodes? No. I don't see him beating Cody Rhodes at all. I see him winning the Rumble, right, in Saudi, because they're already setting it up for him to be the Rumble winner, obviously, based off the way he's being booked. He's like the most overpushed mid-carder right now, and there is no need for him to win the U.S. title, off of Solo. Solo should have cheated to win at least. If you were gonna have Solo just beat Sami straight up, because they've completely watered down Solo to a point where he's a comedy act, and he's no longer that dominating musclehead Samoan that was pretty much, taking everybody out. Like, he's not that same Solo no more. Yeah, he got more personality, he got more character, but when it comes down to in the ring, he has to be presented as a chicken shit, cowardly heel that runs away from a fight, that needs his MFTs to back him up. And so that makes Solo look very weak. And it did nothing for his U.S. title reign. Because really the payoff was supposed to be Jacob Fatu beating Solo and ending that whole arc. But seems to me that they're watering down Solo and the rest of the bloodline, the rest of the Samoan dynasty. But I'm going to get into that in a later video, as to why I think that's the case. But I've been sensing this Sami Zayn fatigue for quite a while now, and, he cuts the same promos every week. This feel sorry for me, sympathetic, nice guy, babyface, always trying to do the right thing. Oh, I just need to be world champion. I just need one more opportunity. It's like, dude, it's like, we don't care to hear the same shit every week, And we thought at one point Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn were going to go all the way with their feud, but, to me, that ended very anticlimactic, if you ask me. They could have done way more with teasing Sami Zayn going to the dark side, embracing what Karrion Kross was trying to get him to pretty much embrace, But it's no secret that that's Triple H's guy, I think that's the John Cena of the mid-card. And that video aged very well, because it shows that I was right. There is no need for him to win the United States Championship. Okay, so he's going to come out every week on SmackDown and have U.S. Open challenges like John Cena. I can see why they would do that. But at the same time, you risk having everyone else lose their momentum for Sami Zayn. And then it's going to get to a point, well, even more so, because he got booed in Chicago. And Sami was doing his very best to win back that crowd over, because he knew he was in trouble with that Chi-Town crowd. So he had to do whatever it took to get them back on his side. He did, but I don't see it lasting. You know, I can still see him getting booed. You know, he's getting that John Cena treatment, that Roman Reigns treatment. So why is he considered an underdog if he's beating a Solo Sikoa? Solo should have beat him, right? So he's going to win the Royal Rumble. I don't know who he's going to lose the U.S. title to, but you know, they're trying to have Carmelo Hayes challenge for the U.S. belt. Okay, if that happens, you already know who's going to win that match. You know, I really don't want to see Melo take more L's, especially to Sami Zayn. But expect the worst out of this U.S. Open Challenge situation, because Sami's going to beat everybody in the mid-card. It's quite obvious. And to be honest, it's not riveting television. It has nothing to do with his underdog persona, because last time I checked, the Rocky underdog doesn't win a whole lot of matches, and they're barely champion. You know, Sami Zayn was just Intercontinental Champion last year. I had a problem with him beating Braun Breaker at Money in the Bank, because Braun Breaker had already racked up so much momentum. He was on this hot streak, and then, you know, he was the up-and-comer and all that stuff, and they just like tossed it out the window. They pulled the rug from out underneath Braun Breaker against Sami Zayn. So that's why I call him the John Cena of the mid-card. You know, I'm going to start throwing out this phrase called Super Sami. Yeah, we're going to see Super Sami in these U.S. titled matches the same way that we saw Super Cena. You know, and listen, let's be real. No one was rooting for John Cena in those title matches. So let's not act like and pretend like, you know, we don't remember John Cena getting booed in those United States Open Challenge matches, you know, 10 years ago. So Sami Zayn is going to be in that same position. Okay, he takes on a Carmelo Hayes. Do you think the crowd's really going to root for Sami Zayn? No, they're going to root for Melo. They're going to take Carmelo's side. And I'm telling you, the more they have Melo be shoved to the back seat, they have him team with The Miz, I know what they're doing with that whole thing. It's pretty obvious, and I can see the writing on the wall. Eventually, the fans are going to just turn the tide with Carmelo Hayes, and they're going to just let y'all know they rock with Carmelo Hayes, you know? And then he's in that title situation with Sami Zayn, and Sami beats him, and the fans ain't going to like it. They not going to like it. And let's be honest, SmackDown's mid-card is not in good health. They have a very weak mid-card on SmackDown. I mean, you're going to have Sami Zayn beat Aleister Black. You're going to have Sami Zayn beat Damian Priest. You're going to have Sami Zayn take on one of the members of the MFT. You're going to have Sami Zayn beat Carmelo. Who else? Rey Fenix, Andrade. You know, it just doesn't work with Sami Zayn. The United States Championship Open Challenge does not work well with Sami Zayn. A better fit for that spot, and I'm just going to throw a name out here, would be Chad Gable. I mean, what a missed opportunity is that? I know he's injured, but Chad Gable would be a perfect U.S. champion. Having him do those Open Challenge matches every week and have him cheat to win, or he wins clean at times, but then he also takes the easy way out. I mean, that would be way better than what we're getting with Sami Zayn. So, however, this is Paul Levesque's guy, and I'm not surprised, you know, because he looks at Sami Zayn the same way that Vince looked at John Cena, and that's just the truth.